Hey everybody, it's Mike with another quick tips video. This one is very timely as many of you are spending away in your counties. And again, I just want to reiterate, thank you in advance and apologies for any frustration as we kind of get through some of these growing pains. We are learning a lot with you as we kind of ramp up to this magnitude with so many of you, and are kind of learning some things that we just need to be communicating more clearly. So this video is going to cover Abacus, and so it really is going to start from the after you've made your purchase. What do you do next? Okay, so you've bought your items on Amazon or OfficeDepot.com or Walmart.com or what have you. And now you're like, okay, now what do I do? Well, the first thing you want to do after that is watch the video on getting your email address to forward your receipts to, because you can start doing that right away. So Amazon, Office Depot, whoever the vendor is, they're likely going to send you a receipt via email. And so you can forward that email to your Abacus account using that email address. So make sure to watch that video. I just sent an email out with that. So what we're going to talk about here today is, okay, I've sent my receipt in, I've made my purchase, I've forwarded my receipt to Abacus. Now, do I need to log in? Do I need to add an expense? Da, 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 da. If you're using your Amex card, you do not need to do anything until you receive an email similar to what you see on the screen here. New expense suggestions in Abacus. You will get an email automatically from Abacus when you have expenses that have posted in your Abacus account, because we have linked our Amex account to our Abacus account. So as you're spending, Amex is keeping those charges pending, and then they post those transactions. And once they post them, Abacus picks up on that. It goes into our Abacus account, and then depending on whose card it is, it'll get linked to your Abacus account. So this example we have in front of us right now is where I have 4 new expenses that were charged to my Amex card. And these expenses are at Best Buy. And so I did nothing. I waited for this email. Now that I have this email, I can go in, I can review these expenses, and I can, attach my receipts. I can select, put in the note, select the BTFF provider, what have you, but I am not creating an expense manually. I'm waiting for the expense to be automatically populated based on the Amex charge. And so for those of you that are approvers, so area directors and others, you are, let me show you what so this is an example here of an expense that was manually entered. And so I went ahead and unapproved these because this is new for me too. I had to catch that that was not correct. So because when you do this, Abacus thinks you need to be reimbursed. So if you link your bank account to your Abacus account, which you should probably do at some point, just in case you don't use your Amex card, you use a personal card or something like that, and you do need to be reimbursed. That in that case, you would manually enter the expense, and then when we approve it, it would cut you a check for, in this case, $64.19. So I went ahead and unapproved these because these are all on the Amex card, and we don't need to send you a personal reimbursement because we're going to pay that card on your behalf. That's what these look like. When you see a card that, so let's go to some approved ones here. So these are some that I did for laptop purchases. See here, approvers, you'll see on the expense that it's from the corporate card. So anytime we're using the Amex card to make purchases, we should be waiting for these charges to automatically populate in Abacus. will receive a notification like, hey, you've got these charges in Abacus that you need to go ahead and categorize and submit. And then if you're an approver, when you're looking at this, you should see this green from corporate card on here. If that's missing, then that means that the expense was manually entered, and we just want to avoid any errors where we're cutting reimbursement checks for charges that actually were on the Amex card, not on a personal card. So these expenses, let's go back here again. It will look very similar to this. If you forwarded your email or your receipt to your Abacus account, the receipt will automatically be aligned with this purchase and already be added there. So hopefully this was helpful. I just wanted to get a quick video out and make sure everybody is aware that you do not need to, make a purchase and then immediately go into Abacus and create an expense in Abacus. You're actually just going to wait for an email notification from Abacus and then go in and complete those expenses once they're automatically populated in your account. So more to come on this. I'm going to pause here. Hopefully that's helpful. Please reach out to me if you need any assistance, mike@civcom.com, and also let me know if there's any other topics or anything relative to expenses that you would benefit from a little bit more information or a quick tips video on, and I will work on that for all of you. All right, see you on another video. Take care, everybody.